Hello everyone, welcome to HW News. It's 2020 and the interfaith couples in India are still under the shadow of fear. As if the stigma, scrutiny, and alienation and threat some of them face from the society was not enough, the Uttar Pradesh government has brought a new ordinance called Love Jihad Law. Now, while the Uttar Pradesh government calls it against forceful interfaith conversions, the incidents have proved that it is becoming a tool to harass not only such interfaith couples but also the random individuals. A month has passed since the law came into force, and in this video today we will talk about the law and what impact has it had. But before that, if you are watching this video on YouTube, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you are watching this video on Facebook, then make sure you like, comment below our video. The Uttar Pradesh State Law Commission, in its report submitted before the Chief Minister a year ago, had proposed such a law in the state, citing rising incidents of forced religious conversions or conversions through fraudulent ways. The proposed law, cleared by the Uttar Pradesh Cabinet, defines punishment and fine under three different heads. Those found guilty of conversion done through misrepresentation, force, undue influence, coercion, allurement, or by any fraudulent means in contravention of the law would face jail term of 1 to 5 years and a minimum fine of rupees 15,000. In case such a conversion is of a minor, a woman from the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, then those found guilty would have to face a jail term for 3 to 10 years with a minimum fine of rupees 25,000. On the other hand, if such a conversion is found at a mass level, then those guilty would face jail term from 3 to 10 years with a minimum fine of rupees 50,000. It proposes, among other things, that a marriage will be declared shunya, that is null and void, if the sole intention of the same is to change a girl's religion. Anyone wanting to convert into another religion would have to give it in writing to the district magistrate at least 2 months in advance in Uttar Pradesh now. It has been 30 days since the law has come into force. Since the UP Prohibition of Unlawful Conversion of Religion Ordinance 2020 came into effect on November 28th, records show that UP Police has registered 14 cases and made 51 arrests, of whom 49 are in jail. Of these 14 cases, 13 involve Hindu women allegedly pressured to convert to Islam. In only 2 cases is the complainant the woman concerned herself. In the remaining 12, the complainants are her relatives. In 2 of them, Hindu right-wing activists intervened, holding protest at the police stations. In all cases but one, the woman involved is an adult. In 8 cases, the couple are said to have been either friends or in a relationship, while one couple claims to be married. One case involves alleged illegal conversion to Christianity, which is registered against 3 people in Azamgarh. Now let's look at some of the examples, some of the cases. In one of the cases, FIR was lodged against Owais Ahmed, who is 24-year-old, the same day as the ordinance came into effect. Now Ahmed, who is under arrest, was accused of pressuring a married Hindu woman to convert and threatening her parents. However, preliminary investigation has indicated that the two were in a relationship and had eloped last year before they were found and brought back. While Ahmed had been arrested then too, the woman had denied in court the charges of kidnapping lodged against him by her father. The woman, who is at her in-laws' place now, had also refused to get her statement recorded before a magistrate because of societal pressure. In another case from Bijnor, an 18-year-old Muslim boy was booked for trying to convert a 16-year-old Hindu girl under the promise of love. Now, he has been booked for allegedly inducing the minor girl to elope with him with the intention to marry and forcefully change her religion. The FIR is purportedly based on a complaint filed by her father, who is a farmer in Berkheda village in the western UP district. Both the girl and the boy were said to be on an outing where they shared a pizza and a soft drink and went for a walk. However, the matter has been controversial as the father of the girl has alleged that the local police itself dictated him the FIR and blew the episode out of proportion. He has denied that his daughter tried to elope. while the girl insists her friend never discussed marriage or conversion with her. Apart from this illegal conversion law, police have also booked this boy on charges of abduction and under sections of the SC and ST Prevention of Atrocities Act and the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, that is POCSO Act. But news reports have pointed out that the original FIR does not at all mention any charges of sexual assault. The police, however, have defended their actions. The 16-year-old girl has also repeatedly said that all the allegations of love jihad are completely false and that the boy was a friend of hers. Speaking to Indian Express, the girl also said, and I quote, "I have told this to the magistrate and I will say this again. Those men had a problem with me walking with my friend. They made videos of me and are now calling it love jihad. I did nothing wrong. I went of my own free will." This is what the 16-year-old girl has to say about this entire love jihad episode. Now let's look at another case. Recently, an interfaith couple were taken into custody while they were registering their marriage, and the woman suffered a miscarriage while at state's shelter home. The UP police had denied that she had miscarried. However, a private lab report confirmed the allegations. The woman's husband and brother-in-law were also arrested and kept in jail for 13 days until the police concluded that there was no evidence to support the allegation of forceful conversion. The woman had alleged that the district hospital administered injections because of which she lost her baby. The hospital denied the allegations and refused to comment. Now, the Allahabad High Court, however, denounced the law, which cited that basis for this is the judgment given by a single judge bench of the same court. Several experts and analysts have pointed out that the law is framed in vague language and appears to be intended for the harassment of interfaith couples rather than serious worries about forceful conversion. Now, MP Cabinet, Madhya Pradesh Cabinet has also approved a Freedom of to Religion 2020 ordinance, which works on the same line as the UP law. Will this law turn out to be a tool to intimidate and harass interfaith couples as well? Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Before I end this episode, once again, a small appeal to all our viewers. We have introduced a join button membership program on our YouTube channel HW News English, where you can click the join button and be our member. Our membership has 2 levels, the details of which will be given to you in the video that is following. But these levels also include certain perks and benefits, so you can check out all these perks and benefits. What are they? You can also stay connected with us through that membership program. So please do join us as members. Thank you. Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying rupees 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying rupees 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.